Clap 3 times.
Let's ride.
Dear Advisory Committee, thank you guys for your participation. As always, we appreciate it. I'm going to try to be brief and keep this to, if possible, just 5 or 10 minutes. Without further ado, let me share the screen. If you guys would not mind answering a couple questions at the very end, just responding to a couple questions, and that'll constitute a meeting. If you don't know the answer, it's fine to say, I don't know the answer. That is an answer. If you have an answer, that'd be great too. So kind of State of the Union for the class and the committee and things like that. We have 2 new members. Greg Key is the media specialist at Lakeview Baptist. He is also a freelance graphic designer, and he graduated from Auburn University in graphic design. Elizabeth Hildreth is another new, and she actually used to take this class a handful of years ago. Was just a standout. She was so good. Majored in graphic design at Auburn, and now works in the Atlanta area for a successful and fairly prominent company who does really, really cool work. Our former career tech director recently was promoted to the state level, and she was great. But we have a new boss now, a new career tech director. It's Dr. Skaith, who used to do Tiger TV and the AHS Mass Media, and she's wonderful, and I love her, and she's going to crush the job. And so we still are teaching primarily physically with some digital on the side as needed due to quarantines and stuff like that. We have a home base on a program called Schoology, and where the students are here or at home, they can kind of access what they need to access. And I dropped a thing. We have one celebration is that one of our students named Anna, she was 3rd place in the Alexander Shannara billboard competition. There were over 200 entries. She was the youngest winner and the only one from Alabama, and she won $150. Her design will be turned into a digital billboard, and she got an Alexander Shannara swag bag with like a hat and a shirt and things like that. And so I saw the first 2, number 1 and number 2, and objectively, I honestly thought that hers was better, but they didn't let me judge. So some of the projects we've been working on this year, given the nature of the year, we've done some. Oh boy, it did the sounds going out. Oh, but hey, we have a backup sound. I'm just going to keep going. We've given the nature of the school year and the year culturally, we've made some presidential design posters for fictional. No, not fictional. Wow. Okay, the people that they're not actually running for president. Please don't interrupt when I'm speaking to my advisory committee. You're all invited to shut your mouths. Okay. Well, okay. Some other things that we've done. We do social media for Auburn City Schools. We'll design some things for athletics and things like that. This particular student, and they've learned to utilize templates, so they're prepared either way for 7A champions or 7A runners-up. And if you didn't hear it, just a heartbreaker. We lost by 1 point through some really extreme circumstances. We had the game in the bag, and so, but they're prepared either way, where it says Auburn wins or great season, just to be ready so that it could be used on social media immediately after the game. And let's see here. This particular guy's name is Jacob. He's made, goodness, just hundreds of dollars over the past few months doing edits for individual people, and he's been noticed by people abroad. So like this team, not an NBA team, but a basketball professional team in New York, they pay him on an ongoing basis to design for them. Another student named Megan, she's hand-drawn some signs for the Auburn Area Community Theater and Auburn High School Theater, and so she's made them intentionally very stylistic to represent the Greek art style, and given each character like their own individual color to represent whatever it needs to represent. And let's see here. Another student named Catalina is interning with a company, and they're her clients, and she has enjoyed working with them. And all these people have come to realize working with clients, you have to bend your will sometimes to their needs. And Sometimes we'll turn in things that we really like, and then we get the feedback that it's not exactly what they were looking for. And sometimes we agree and sometimes we don't, but we have to work with clients, and the kids are getting great experiences that way. This student named Ansley, she just went to a store to purchase something, and they struck up a conversation, and long story short, she was offered a job on the spot to do graphic design work for them because they saw her portfolio, and she's done some social media for them. She's about to interview for a position with Auburn Repo Graphics this week to be a professional graphic designer for an actual company as a junior in high school. We've worked with a junior ROTC program. A student named Leslie has made these particular ones, and there have been some others also where they will display the students' designs to celebrate different things they have. We've worked with some local restaurants and created some social media used by Bow and Arrow and The Bean and Mama Mocha's, people like that. So the kids are trying to do relevant projects. Joseph made a cover for my special coming up in spring of next year, 2021, and another comedian saw it, and he wanted to pay Joseph to make one for him. And so here's a picture of the comedian, and here's the background for his upcoming special, which literally could be coming out any day now. It may come out today. And so he wanted it to be purple. So Joseph created this for him. The comedian said it was too monochromatic, so we sent him some options of color palettes that go with the color purple. So it went from this to this, and he wanted to have a more classy, sophisticated font. So Joseph ended up doing this and got paid pretty handsomely to do this. And then he made one for another guy. And this guy is not a clean comedian. He typically works pretty blue, but he did one really, really clean show, and it was recorded. And so Joseph made the cover for the clean version of his show. Again, that's forthcoming also. So we've had some great guest speakers. Elizabeth spoke earlier in the year. All these are virtual, of course, this year. Greg spoke earlier, and a former student named Kira Vesha has spoken. We hope to have one more maybe before the break in December. So anyway, that's kind of what's been going on with us. The two questions. So we typically make maybe 3 or 4 T-shirts per year, and that's our fundraiser for our club. It's kind of an expensive club to be a part of, but we're mandated to be a part of it. And each year we have to fork out a decent amount of money. So we typically spend roughly $6 per shirt, and we make $10 per shirt. So profit obviously is $4 ballpark per shirt. We would love to partner with somebody. I know you guys have connections that we may not have. And if you feel comfortable asking, great. If not, just if you'll make a recommendation, I can ask. I feel like it can't hurt to ask. But if they would let us put their logo on our shirts and just help offset the costs, even if they don't want to pay for the full cost, that's fine. If we end up spending $3 per shirt rather than $6 per shirt, that's $7 profit per shirt. That's a game changer for us. That is a lot of extra income given the volume of T-shirts that we sell. And so we're willing to put a logo of a business, of a company, in exchange for them just to help offset the cost of the T-shirt. So number one, do you know anyone who might be willing to do that, a business? If not, that's okay. And question number 2, how can we help you guys? The students prefer to work on relevant projects that actually go places for social media and print and things like that, as opposed to making just fictional like movie posters that go nowhere ultimately. So if you guys have any upcoming events or fundraising needs yourselves, and we can design for you guys, that's preferable. I think that is it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I will probably see you guys one more time, like deep into the school year, March, April, or May. Thank you guys again.
Lavender Lamborghini, roll up in a blue bikini.